Like when you're going out and you're evaluating a player, what are some of the key attributes that you're looking at during an in-game evaluation for both offensive players as well as pitchers?
Well, I think the easy thing is energy, right? That's the first thing. Anybody can walk to a park, and even if you're not a huge baseball background guy, you can pay attention to the energy which they play, how they get on and off the field, how they run down the line, how they get off the mound. They struggle. Are they launching something in the dugout? What does that look like? I pay attention to what, their teammates do when they struggle. When you walk off the mound and one guy hits you high five, and all of a sudden you start looking around going, man, does anybody like that kid? Because what's going to happen, it's usually going to end up going to your next place too. So the way
Right.
that player maybe is accepted within his teammates is maybe something he's not doing right, or maybe selfish or whatever. So it starts there. The physicality piece, how he runs down the line. Obviously, there's numbers that go along with that. You can start to see it. For me, we're looking for a certain swing that fits into our program. We're looking for a certain arm path that fits into our program. To say it specifically, it's tough to do, obviously, in a podcast. But I think it's something. It doesn't have to be the 6'5" right-handed arm or left-handed arm. I like those guys. I'd be lying to you if I didn't. But who doesn't? But it's somebody that's going to command the strike zone. It's somebody that's going to be able to spin a breaking ball and be able to throw a third pitch. It's somebody that's going to compete, control the running game. Offensively, it's not always, if you look at a college, stat line at the end of the year, there's not six guys hitting 10, 15 home runs, not at our level. Sometimes you might have some guys that have some power, but we're looking for guys that can have quality at bats. We just talked about this in our program this week is, if you're waiting for the 3-run homer every time up, you're going to be really disappointed. Understand what a quality at bat looks like. And that could be moving a guy over, driving a guy in, doing your job in the situation. Those are the most important things. So you can watch that while you're watching a guy play. Now, it's hard, if you don't have a ton of skill set from a standpoint of, I look at the physicality of them. It's hard to see that guy when you're recruiting if you're not sitting down on that guy multiple games. So that is pretty difficult. I would always encourage people is go to the camps that make sense to you. If I'm a player that I know I'm not a Power 5 guy, that I can't fit into that, why am I going to that camp? Doesn't make any sense to me. Go to a camp that makes sense. Go to fall, scrimmages. Go to fall practices. Just about every coach I know will allow somebody to show up to a practice. Go to it. See where you fit at, and be honest with yourself. So there's a lot of give and take there for sure.
So I want